Welcome back to NJ.com. Football is back.
Yeah.
I'm Matt Stanmyre here with Mike Kinney, our high school football guru from the Star-Ledger. Can't wait for another exciting season of Jersey football. We're going to break down the top 20 right now. Mike has been working really hard, got a great 20. It's going to be in Thursday's edition of the Star-Ledger, so check it out. Starting off number 20, we got Howell, Elizabeth at 19, Haddonfield at 18, Huddington Central at 17, and RBC at 16.
Right.
Some classic teams in there. What do you think of this mix?
That's exactly right. There's some classic teams who've kind of been down a little bit the last 2 years, like Elizabeth. Elizabeth has been down. They were only 5-5 last year, but we're expecting a lot from them this year. They got a very good running back named Elijah Hughes. Their line is stronger. They got a little more depth than they've had. We're expecting some real good things. And you got John Quinn over there coaching. He's one of the best in the business. So they're a good team to look at. Same thing with RBC, another team that kind of, you know, not really a factor in the 20 the last few years. They seem like they're here and they're strong. Howell's got the Davies kid at quarterback. That's a good solid bottom five. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan Davies, the quarterback at Howell. People are saying he could shatter some records this year at the quarterback position, so keep an eye on that. Moving along, number 15, St. Joseph Hamilton. 14, we have Immaculata. 13, Sayreville. 12, Seton Hall, and then 11, St. Joe's Montville. Again, some power programs in there, some classic teams again. What do you think of this mix?
Yeah, what I like about, they got two St. Joe's in there. The St. Joe's of Montville, what I like about them is this is a team, and you know, Tony Carson's team always do this. It's never a surprise. They're going to get better as the year goes on. They've been banged up a little bit injury-wise in preseason. Nothing really too serious except they lost their quarterback, their guy who was going to step in for quarterback. They lost him during the baseball season. He's gone, so now they have, you know, they've had to replace him. But they're going to get better as the year goes on. But another thing that helps St. Joe's is that they're in non-public 3.
Right.
St. Joe's Hamilton, Holy Spirit, which was the team that beat them last year and was 12-0. They go down to Group 2 this year. So now it's opened up for St. Joe's not only to get better, which they will, but now to get better and be there and probably be the premier team in Group 3.
And I was talking to some reporters out there. They think St. Joe's Montville is going to be a surprise team this year. So keep your eye on them. They're expecting big things out of them.
And St. Joe's Hamilton is going to be there, stronger than they were even last year. They're going to be an outstanding team. They've got depth. They've got talent. They've got a couple D1 guys. They're back in business down in Hamilton. There's no question about it.
And then 6 to 10, we got some really good teams here. Number 10, Cherokee. Number 9, Montclair. Number 8, St. Peter's Prep. Number 7, Old Tappan. And one of the teams that I'm excited about, number 6, we have East Orange Campus. They're supposed to be dynamite this year.
Yeah, we got the Super Essex Conference American Division checking in here with Montclair and East Orange. No doubt about it.
Love it.
They play later on in October, and man, oh man, I'm already there. I'm there already waiting for that game. I love the fact that East Orange is there, and I really believe that they're that strong. Some people are going to say, oh, there's no way East Orange that's a little too high. I don't believe that's true. Justin LaRota, junior quarterback, I'm sorry, I want to call him a senior because this is his 3rd year starting. That young man's been starting for East Orange in tough divisions since he was a freshman, and he is really ready to go, and he's got support system around him. Najee Williams, Shamir Moon, very good running backs behind him. They've got an excellent linebacking core. Omain Stephen is a kid who really impressed me last year at defensive end. He's going to step in linebacker. He'll be there with Ramel Tisdale and Najee Williams at linebacker. That linebacker core, I'm telling you what, they're going to have a tough time. It's a tough time getting through those guys because they can hit and they can cover the field and they're going to follow the keys. It's going to be tough.
They're going to be fantastic. Marion Bell leading the way. And people looking way down the line, there could be a Piscataway East Orange Campus state championship. That would be fantastic.
East Orange can't wait to get back at Piscataway after last year. Beating them.
Moving into the top 5, you know, some familiar names here. We got Wayne Hills at number 5. We have Bergen Catholic at number 4. Piscataway at 3. Holy Spirit at number 2. And surprise, surprise, Don Bosco Prep. They're the number 1 ranked team this year.
Don Bosco's 1? Oh.
Yeah, what happened, Mike? What are you thinking? Yeah, they're also 1 in most of the national polls, too. What do you think of the top 5 and talk about your kind of no-brainer to pick Bosco number 1?
No-brainer Bosco, there's no doubt about it. When the season ended last year, I started my top 20 and I put Bosco at number 1 and then figured, well, we'll wait the next couple months to see what happens in the weight room and what happens in preseason, where 2, 3, 4, and 5 is. There's no question. They're so loaded right now. Defensively, I don't know if there's been a better team the last 15 years that's going on right now. When you've got that defensive backfield of Uriah Wright and Elijah Shoemate, and you've got Darius Hamilton just roughing people up at the line of scrimmage, they're going to be so strong and so good this year. They're outstanding. But what's really interesting, I love Holy Spirit at 2. They're the team that's really kind of proclaiming themselves the South Jersey power. And Peeway at number 3. Undefeated last year, 12-0. Now, don't forget, people who are not familiar with Piscataway, they were 12-0 last year. They won Section 2 Group 4, which is brutal, with a sophomore quarterback, Nadir Barnwell. He's a junior now. He's back, and he's back with a lot of solid players around him, like Tevin Shaw. Tajay Sharp is one of his favorite targets. And that's just such a good program over there. Dan Higgins does such a great job. Number 3, I like them. They're very solid there. And then, of course, our 4 and 5 teams, teams you're familiar with.
You hear their names before. In Peeway, I'm hearing as many as 7 D1 recruits on that team possibly. That's crazy.
Not unlike the team that, from about 6 years ago that had 6, 7 D1 kids. And now a couple of them are playing in the NFL. I mean, this, it is that kind of a team. These guys were groomed as freshmen. And people in town were very excited about them, and they're right now. I mean, they blossomed sooner than people thought. They blossomed as sophomores, and this is a team that might be a dynasty for the next 2 years.
And this is a public school, by the way, too. That doesn't happen that often anymore these days.
Yep.
Make sure you're checking in every week at NJ.com and checking out our high school football blog. We'll keep track of the top 20. We'll see how Mike does throughout the year, and we'll be all over the games and the results. We'll see you next time.